I can easily see myself getting flamed as a result of the topic of today's video, and that is relating to the physiological differences between male runners and female runners.
CoachEdu.net.
And before you absolutely flame me, just hear me out. This is all based on a study performed by Dr. Erin Howden, a lead researcher at the University of Texas Southwest, and she advises female runners as far as how to adapt their training in order to be able to maximize their exercise output. Remember, the vast number of cookie cutter training plans that are available on the net are cookie cutter training and nutrition plans devised for male runners, and in all likelihood, if female runners follow these type of programs to the letter, they'll no doubt come out the other end with a higher body fat composition than what they went in, and secondly, they're likely to come out overtrained and potentially injured. And the reason for this is that when it comes to your higher protein intake in terms of post-run recovery that most of these programs have, it's designed for your male runners, especially when the male runners are trying to get faster and faster, so that with muscle regeneration, the balance between slow twitch and fast twitch fibers can be adjusted to the optimum level for the speed and distance of the running event. Whereas with female runners, what tends to happen is that over the course of your training cycle, you'll become more running efficient, and your body will become gradually more adept at incorporating body fat into the burn cycle of your energy needs. So which means that as a result of training, what happens is that where male runners will tend to become faster, especially during the first half of a race. What will happen to female runners is the first half of the race time will not increase that as dramatically as their male counterparts, but what will happen is that for the same pace, the amount of speed they'll lose in the second half reduces. So even your fully trained male athlete will tend to become 16% slower over the second half. What will happen is and that's at peak performance, whereas your female runners will tend to have a much lower gap, 12% and less speed differential between the first half and the second half. And it's important to note that when designing training programs and nutrition cycles for female athletes, is that a female athlete adaptation process over the course of a training regime is tending towards your fat burning efficiency within your final running performance, as well as a reduction in the amount of speed and power lost over the second half of the race. And if we're talking about marathon first half, second half, or ultras first half, second half, the longer the event, the more the male performance pace drops off over the second half. Whereas with female runners, the longer the event at full fitness, the smaller the percentage gap becomes in the drop-off of pace between the first half and the second half. So when training female runners, it's important to note this important physiological difference between your male runners and your female. And also remember that your male runners carrying a higher percentage of testosterone means that you've got this higher protein synthesis as a result of the testosterone and a higher rate of muscle rebuild or muscle additional build, whereas your female runners with the lower testosterone levels tend to not utilize as much of the protein ingested in terms of muscle rebuild, but tend to store more of the protein that's ingested as additional fat reserves. So these are important factors to take into account when looking at your standard cookie cutter diet and training program that you tend to find on the internet. These are designed for male runners and not for female runners. So ladies out there, please keep this in mind, and if you're looking for a program to download off the net, make sure that you keep a lookout for a program that is designed for women runners specifically. That's my take on the matter personally. Post any comments, questions, criticisms you have in the comment section down below. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like the content, share it out amongst your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there as well. Stay subscribed for all the new content that comes out daily. Remember, stay carved up for the win. See you next time. Cheers.